You're not lazy, you're just confused, and no one ever told you the difference. Because if you've ever sat there, staring at your phone, knowing you should be doing something important, but somehow doing nothing instead, this is for you. Here's the thing. Laziness gets blamed for everything. Missed goals, half-finished projects, another year where you say, I'll start next month. But what if laziness isn't the real problem? What if the real problem is confusion? Think about it. When you know exactly what to do, like when your phone rings and it's someone you care about, you don't debate, you don't procrastinate, you move. No motivational quote needed, no discipline hack. Action happens naturally when clarity is present, but when clarity is missing, your brain freezes, you scroll, you snack, you clean things that don't need cleaning. Not because you're lazy, but because your mind is overloaded. Let me tell you a quick story. Imagine you're dropped into a huge city you've never been to before. No map, no directions. And someone says, just walk. You wouldn't sprint. You wouldn't even walk confidently. You'd hesitate. You'd stop. You'd look around. That's exactly what most people are doing with their lives. They don't know what matters right now. They don't know what actually moves the needle. So their brain chooses the safest option. Do nothing, or do something easy. Confusion creates paralysis. Clarity creates momentum. And here's where it gets sneaky. Most people confuse being busy with being productive. They answer emails. They attend meetings. They rearrange plans. They feel exhausted at the end of the day, but nothing meaningful actually moved forward. So they conclude, I must be lazy. No, you were just busy without direction. Your brain is a machine that loves clear instructions. Give it one clear target and it locks in. Give it 10 vague goals and it shuts down. That's why work harder advice rarely works. Because effort without clarity just leads to burnout. Let's flip the perspective. Lazy people don't feel guilty. Confused people do. If you feel frustrated with yourself, if you keep thinking, why can't I just start? That's not laziness, that's a signal. A signal that your next step isn't clear enough. So what do? You don't need a new routine. You don't need more motivation. You need to shrink the problem. Instead of asking, what should I do with my life? Ask, what is the one thing I should work on in the next 30 minutes? Not today, not this week. The next 30 minutes, your brain can handle that. Clarity doesn't come from thinking harder. It comes from deciding smaller. And here's another truth most people don't like to hear. You don't procrastinate everything. You procrastinate unclear things. Notice how you can binge watch a show for hours without effort, or spend time on something you enjoy with full focus. Same brain, different clarity. The goal isn't to turn yourself into a robot of discipline. The goal is to design your life so action feels obvious. That starts with ruthless prioritization. Not everything deserves your energy. Not every task is urgent. Not every opportunity is worth saying yes to. When everything feels important, nothing gets done. High performers aren't superhuman. They're just brutally clear about what doesn't matter. And once you experience real clarity, something wild happens. You stop needing motivation. You stop negotiating with yourself. You just move. Momentum replaces self-criticism. Progress replaces guilt. So next time you catch yourself saying, I'm so lazy, pause. Ask a better question. What am I unclear about right now? Because the moment you answer that, the fog lifts, the resistance drops,